Why do women like tall men? In this particular video, I'm just going to go over why women tend to be naturally attracted to tall men. It actually has to do with evolutionary biology. In other words, our primate brain, which has been there for millions of years, used to need to have certain qualities in men because it was to our advantage in surviving as a species. So for example, if you were a tall guy, then you were more likely to be able to have the genetics to reproduce more tall men. And what was the benefit of having height in the prehistoric days? Well, you could probably run faster, or at least that was the assumption at that time. If you're 6 feet tall versus 5 feet tall, simply because of physics, there's going to be a greater likelihood that you can run faster, either away from prey or towards dinner, if you're developed as much as you can be. So that's part of it. And the other thing too is that if a guy is taller, because again, it's somewhat of a masculine trait, then the woman can feel more feminine. So what can you do if you're a short guy and you want to make a woman feel feminine and get her attention? Well, here's the thing. If height is associated with masculinity, then you need to be more masculine in other ways. Like, that's the bottom line. You're not going to change it. Some women are going to want to be with a guy who's the same height as them or taller than them or whatever, and you're just not going to be able to get those women. Well, so what? You don't want those women. But for other women, if they don't have an issue with height, then the other issue that they have with guys who are shorter than average isn't really about height, but it's about masculinity and confidence, because a lot of guys who are shorter than average, or if they're very, very short, then they might have confidence issues. And if you lack confidence, that's equivalent to lacking masculinity. So you really have to work on getting your assertiveness up, not aggressiveness, but your assertiveness qualities up, your other masculine qualities like leadership, certainty, ability, not just ability, but the willingness to make decisions, willpower. If you are strong, like if your physical body is strong, she's still going to feel more protected than if you are not strong, if you're just lazy or have neglected yourself, because all of these other proofs show her that she can lean on you in her femininity because you still have all these other masculine qualities. So the key is, when you're short, to not feel short. I know that's really a challenge. You can develop all these areas of your life that will give you more masculinity to make up for being short. And yes, I hate saying make up for anything, but that's the reality of the nature of sexual attraction between men and women. And if you stop to look around, you will actually see that there are short guys with attractive women, or short guys with taller women, or whatever. So it's not as much about the stature as it is about the self-confidence and being cool with who you are. So have a life and really develop a lot of those masculine qualities, and that will really help make you more attractive. None of us can change the things that God didn't give us, you know. And also keep in mind that men also have certain things that they tend to look for in women, like statistically, and they've actually done, tests where they plug up things to a guy's brain and they can show that a man is on average more physically and sexually aroused by a woman with an hourglass figure. So it's to do with the breast to waist to hip ratio. And even though you might not think so consciously, statistics and these scientific studies have shown that men like the hourglass figure, not necessarily a rail, not necessarily someone who's like apple-shaped and kind of voluptuous in the middle, but the hourglass figure. Now, again, if you look around, there are women who do not have an hourglass figure who are in healthy, loving relationships. And as I said in one of my other videos, is that when we actually get to know someone, their personality makes them either more attractive or less attractive to us personally. And you can be very happy in a relationship with someone who's not with a woman who's not an hourglass figure, just like a woman can be really happy with a guy who's not 6 feet tall or whatever. So those are some of the things that you need to consider. Like, really work on the masculine qualities that you can, and don't worry about the things that you can't change. Now, it'll take some time. The first thing that I always suggest is you got to do a checkup from the neck up, which means you need to have an attitude adjustment. You need to start looking for evidence that what you want is possible in the world, because we tend to have these biases where we only notice evidence in the world that supports the belief systems that we have. So whatever we're thinking is not necessarily true, it's just true for us. And if you don't want it to be true for you anymore, you have to start noticing in the world evidence that support and show a different type of belief system. So start looking for women in the world who are with shorter guys, and start working on the masculine qualities that you can work on. There's lots of things we can work on. I actually have an example. I know a guy who is 5 feet tall, and he's like super confident, and he takes good care of his body. That's one thing you can do, because you'll definitely build up feel-good hormones and testosterone and feel more masculine within your body. And he's not ripped by any means, but he's fit, and he's got a good physique, and he has no problem getting women who are taller than him, gorgeous women. Actually, I know another guy too. He's 5'5", I think, and totally, like, he went bald early, so he shaved his head, and he also built up, like, he's actually quite muscular, and has no problem getting the hottest girls around, because he's built up his other masculine qualities and confidence to make up for that. So start there, and yeah, thanks for watching, and like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions and you want me to do a video, make sure you write your questions in the comments. The comments help me rank in YouTube so that I can get to more people. So that's why I always try to do videos for the people who comment on my videos first. And if you want some extra help in knowing what you can do in the different areas of your life to become your most masculine self, then go and check out my Wake Up to Love program, because I give you the specifics on that. And yeah, it's expensive. Yep, it's intensive. Yep, it's guaranteed to work. So check that out. And thanks for being here. I will see you in the next video.